So last night, a draft of Supreme Court opinion written by Samuel Alito and apparently representing the views of a number of conservatives on the court leaked, suggesting that the court may vote to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now, you may be for that, you may be against it, but there's nothing really racial about that. The word race isn't, the idea is not even in the decision. In fact, there's nothing racial about it. But of course, the Biden administration, which goes immediately to race hatred, the second it has any problem whatsoever, went to race hatred. So Biden's publicist, Jen Psaki, announced that people of color will suffer most if Roe v. Wade is overturned. We're not even sure what that means exactly, but Candace Owens has thought a lot about this subject. She's the founder of the charity Blexit, and we're grateful to have her join us tonight to assess and to interpret. Candace Owens, thanks so much for coming on. So, what Roe v. Wade overturned, people of color suffer most. Please interpret for us.
I think we're going to have to get a definition from Jen Psaki on what it means to suffer. Has this become another word for saying to be born? Because she's correct that more minority people will be born, given the fact that 79% of Planned Parenthood clinics are in minority neighborhoods, and given the fact that the Planned Parenthood founder, Margaret Sanger, was a notorious racist, notorious eugenicist who didn't want black people to be able to populate. And by the way, she was tremendously successful. You look at the statistics and you understand that you have a population-sized black women that represent just 7% of the population in America that account for over 40% of all of the abortions. If it wasn't for Planned Parenthood, if it wasn't for the abortion industry, the black population would be virtually double today. Over 19 million black babies have been aborted since the 1973 decision. I mean, if I said to you that 19 million individuals against their will were killed, not only just killed, but in a barbaric manner, were poisoned and then had each of their limbs ripped out of them, limb for limb, because that's exactly what happens. Nobody wants to talk about the details of the abortion process.
Ever.
You would look at me and you would say, Candace, that's a genocide, right? And yet they don't want to admit that. So yes, black people will be disproportionately affected, but it's not going to be any amount of suffering. It's going to be that you're going to see more black babies being born.
So I don't really understand how this works. I mean, if you love somebody, you want them to reproduce. You love your kids. That's why you want grandkids. You want more of them because you love them. How do you turn to a whole group of people, millions of people, and say, I love you, here's some more abortion clinics?
Look, it's not an I love you. And that's the thing, is that they want you to forget about history, right? They want you to forget about Margaret Sanger. They want you to forget about the origins of abortion. They've tried to turn it into something fluffy and loving. And they've done that via the education system, Tucker. And it's why I say, irrespective of what happens with Roe v. Wade, nothing is going to get fixed until we fix the broken education system, which has become predatory. When the Federal Department of Education was established, this is what they did. They rewrote history. Planned Parenthood got into the classroom. They're teaching people that you should want to abort your children, ripping women away from their maternal instinct. It is not normal. It is barbaric for any woman to get on a platform and to demand the right to kill children. I mean, it just goes against the natural order of things. We are designed as women to want to protect children. I say this as somebody who is 7.5 months pregnant right now. Listening to them speak about my child as if right now I should have the decision to walk into an abortion clinic. This daughter that I feel kicking in my body right now, I should be able to walk into an abortion clinic and say, take her out of me. It doesn't matter. This should be my choice, and not to respect the fact that this is a life that is growing inside of me. I mean, it is so disturbing. It is so especially disturbing as somebody who is carrying a child right now.
Man, they're going to hate you for saying that because it's true. It's the true things that trigger them. I appreciate that you said that. Candace Owens, thank you.